The Crusades, often misconstrued as mere wars of aggression waged by Western Christians against Muslims for land, wealth, and religious fanaticism, were far more complex than this simplistic narrative suggests. A deeper examination of the historical context reveals that the Crusades were the culmination of a multitude of factors, with Muslim expansion into Christian territories playing a long overlooked yet crucial role. 11th century Europe was a tumultuous era. Following the fall of the Western Roman Empire, Europe descended into a state of feudal, with power struggles among feudal lords, leading to incessant warfare and widespread suffering. Meanwhile, Muslim powers in the East were on the rise. Over several centuries, the Arab Empire had transformed into a vast empire spanning Europe, Asia, and Africa. In the 7th century, the Arab Empire, within a mere few decades, conquered vast territories, including North Africa, Western Asia, Central Asia, and southern Spain. This expansion coincided with the spread of Islam. By the 11th century, Islam had become the dominant religion across Western Asia, North Africa, and even parts of Spain. In 711 AD, Umayyad forces crossed the Strait of Gibraltar, defeating the Visigoth kingdom and initiating the conquest of the Iberian Peninsula. After nearly 8 years of war, the Muslims had seized control of most of the peninsula, establishing the Caliphate of Cordoba and introducing Islam to mainland Europe. Muslim forces continued their northward advance in the 8th century, capturing southern France and parts of Italy, even reaching the outskirts of Paris, although ultimately repelled by Frankish forces under Charles Martel. These incursions sent shockwaves through Western Europe. The situation worsened in the 9th century when Muslim armies seized Sicily and Malta, establishing themselves as Mediterranean hegemons. They frequently raided southern Italy, posing a constant threat to Rome and the papacy. Between the 9th and 11th centuries, North African dynasties, the Aghlabids and Fatimids, repeatedly invaded Italy, plundering cities like Rome and Naples, causing immense suffering to the Italian populace. Muslim pirates also roamed the Mediterranean, attacking Christian ships and coastal towns, severely disrupting maritime trade. Muslim expansion posed a grave threat to the Christian world. In the 7th century, Muslim forces captured Jerusalem, a holy site revered by Christians. Subsequently, they conquered Syria and Egypt, bringing them to the borders of the Byzantine Empire. The Byzantine Empire, the sole remaining major power in Europe and the defender of Christendom, found itself on the defensive against the formidable Muslim armies. The empire steadily lost territory, and by the 11th century, its domain had shrunk to Constantinople and parts of Anatolia. Muslim expansion plunged the entire Christian world into crisis and fear, prompting Christian nations to unite under the Pope's leadership. This unification contributed to the development and consolidation of the feudal system in Europe and laid the groundwork for the subsequent Crusades. Not merely religious wars and conquest, the Crusades were a response to the imminent threat posed by Muslim expansion. In 1095 AD, the Byzantine Emperor appealed to the Pope for assistance in repelling Muslim attacks. Recognizing the grave danger, Pope Urban II initiated a large-scale expedition to reclaim Jerusalem and halt Muslim encroachment. In 1096 AD, at the Pope's urging, feudal lords and knights from across Europe assembled a vast Crusader army and embarked on their eastward journey, marking the beginning of the Crusades. Far from being a campaign of religious fanaticism and territorial greed, the Crusades were a complex and multifaceted phenomenon, deeply rooted in the defense of Christian territories, holy sites, and the very identity of Christendom. The Crusades were a pivotal moment in history, shaping the course of Europe and the wider world.